our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. With Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
A perilous road of resistance, fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the
If you do
world.
not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share this program to our platform. Share to family and friends. Let us preach this gospel and reach out to the world about the situation in Biafra land. It is a very big sit-at-home success day, and we have come to give you updates to encourage Biafrans and to continue to push the message of Biafra across the world. So wherever you are, like and share the program. Join us and let us preach this gospel as we always do. Let's hear what the Biafrans had to say today. Let's watch. Short space of time, a lot of achievement have been made. Today is Monday, as every one of you know, that Monday is a very special day for us. Monday is a very special day, a day we all come together to demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and every Biafran political prisoner. A day we gather together to show the world that Nigeria has lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. A day we come together to speak loud to the political elite in Biafra land that they have no legitimacy anymore. Every Monday is a self-referendum to Biafran people. And this has been going on today for more than 5 years now. We have continued to sit at home every Monday. Monday has become a sacred day for the Biafran people. Against all the attacks, propaganda, and blackmail. Yet, the Biafran people have consistently maintained the sacrifice of Monday so that their voice will be heard. They have pushed so many blackmail and propaganda against us. Some, they tell you that you are destroying the economy. They tell you that you are fighting against your people. They tell you that you are killing your people. So many kinds of lies. But the Biafran people have developed a thick skin and they no longer listen to mediocres. They have made their choice on the direction to go, and they are going on that direction. No matter what the enemies are going to say or do, they will never stop us. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must understand that your freedom is in your hands. Only you can free yourself. Nobody's going to come to save you. If you don't save yourself, nobody's going to be there to save you. And that is the bitter truth. That's the bitter truth. If you have been following events on how things have been happening in the restoration of Biafra, or in the course of Biafra, you will understand that nobody is going to save you. Only you will save yourself. That is why every Biafran must stand strong and do not allow the enemies to take over the space. They are going to try. They are going to try the best way they can, but I bet you must not allow them. And so far, the Biafrans have been doing a great job. The Biafrans have been standing their ground, making sure that their story is in the front line, and so it will remain until we get to the promised land. Wherever you are watching us today, if you are in Biafra land, remember, this sit at home is something that we have all agreed to do, and we will continue to do it. And you can see that we have achieved a lot through this sit at home. Anybody that does, if you are a genuine Biafran and you don't know what has been achieved by the sit at home, that means you are not a Biafra in the first place. You are just pretending. The sit at home you have been doing for so long now, almost 4 or 5 years now, is not in vain. It's not in vain. That sit at home has been able to keep so many people alive today. You know that in Nigeria, we cannot protest. We can't even hold meetings. We can't even say prayers in a gathering. That is how bad it is. That was why the Biafran people chose to be sitting at home. People sit in their home to express themselves, to show their displeasure against the atrocities of the Janjaweed against Biafrans. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching this program today, everyone that is sitting at home in Biafra land today, I thank you all for doing the needful. I know it's not easy. I'm not going to come here to tell you, oh, it is easy and cheap to just go ahead and lock your shops. We know how difficult it is to sacrifice this day, but I bet you whatever sacrifice you are making is not in vain. Never give up. Do not allow the distractors to distract you. Do not allow the action of the distractors, the saboteurs to influence you. Don't. I know sometimes when you see what the saboteurs are doing, when you see what the enemies of Biafrans are doing, it might discourage you. But I bet you, don't pay attention to that. That is why I tell people, there is no point going to the platform where you know that the information is not going to suit you. There is no point going to a platform where you already know what they are meant for. You want Biafra, and you are going to listen to people who are standing against Biafra. You're only frustrating yourself. You're only frustrating yourself. And wanting Biafra is not just by saying it. Wanting Biafra is not by you uttering it in your mouth. After saying that you want Biafra, you must have to take action. You take action to support the move on the right path. Biafra has made a lot of progress from Mazen Nandekano up to Mazen Samarepa today. There has been huge progress. And today, our case is on international stage, and we will continue to speak and speak until they hear us. Unfortunately, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria will never give up. They will continue to fight us. They will continue to put their propaganda against us and do so many things to distract us. But I bet you, as long as Chukwu Okike Abiama lives, we will never give up. We shall overcome them. We shall overcome them. Do not be afraid. Be consistent in your pursuit of freedom. Consistency is always the key. Consistency is always the key. As long as we are consistent in pursuit of what we want, we will definitely get it. It might tarry, but we will get it. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I thank every one of you that has connected to this morning program. I appreciate you. And I urge you to please continue to do what you have to do to support the restoration of the independence of Biafra. That being said, we are going to be looking through so many things. Remember, during the weekend, we had a very important program which we have been advertising for a very long time. Finally, we have now arrived in Washington, D.C. The United States of Biafra is now in Washington, D.C. It is no longer a mere hearsay. It is no longer a propaganda. We are saying it because we want to make you happy. It is a fact that whether you like it or not, it is something that is happening and that will continue to happen. So wherever you are today as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to continue to be consistent and focused. I know there are going to be many challenges. There are already challenges. Some of these challenges are very unbearable. That I know. I can't ignore the fact. But in the midst of those challenges, we are equal to the task. The United States of Biafra, which was redeclared on the 29th of November 2024, has continued to make progress, continue to grow. Within the shortest space of time, we have made huge progress, and our voice is being heard across the world. And the latest one that we have in hand is our presence in Washington, D.C. Every one of us know what happens in Washington, D.C. We know the importance of Washington, D.C. We know the position of Washington, D.C. on the planet Earth. And because we do, you will understand the importance of us being there. 30th May was a beginning of a new phase of victory. 30th May marked the beginning of the new phase of victory. And when you look through the success of that very presence in Washington, D.C., you will know that a lot is coming. The enemies fought in all angles to see that it doesn't hold. The enemies fought right, left, and center, as you all know, to see that the 30th didn't hold. But as always, they were defeated. As Biafra always defeat them, they were defeated once again. As they always make their move to see they put a stop to what we are doing, they were stopped and defeated. So, my fellow Biafrans, now that we have our presence in Washington, D.C., expect more voices to come. Expect recognitions to be flowing in. There are so many things to expect. While you are expecting, you have to continue to support the United States of Biafra, because that is the way to go. There is nothing else we can do except that. That is where our faith lies. That is where our strength lies. During that very program, the Constitution of the United States of Biafra was officially brought in. And the hard copy, many people have gotten. So let's get this information straight from a platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. I'm going to try to bring up that and read it out from there so that we can get it right. Biafra is now a nation, a very strong nation at that. And for those who thought all this while that we were entertaining them, they have woken up with surprise to realize that Biafrans, we are not just entertaining. This is the update we have on the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. The very first update here says, and I'm going to read, breaking. Yes. The official Constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB, is on Amazon. So for those of us who want the Constitution, it is now in Amazon. You can request. You can now apply. You can buy it online. Apply to Amazon. The official Constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB. It is now on Amazon. So you can book your copy and it will be sent to you directly. So it is no longer something that is hidden. And you see what our Deputy Prime Minister will say, breaking. Yes, the official Constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB, is on Amazon. The world have recognized Constitution of the United States of Biafra as a sovereign state, headed by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and the leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Click on the link, obtain your copy. So the link to get the copy is there down. All you need to do is just click the link, you go through Amazon and you get your copy. Many people have been asking for the copy of this Constitution. So it is now available. Just go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister or on my own platform or any member of the media. You're going to see the link there. You click the link. Go to X, you find the link, click the link. You can apply for the Constitution of the United States of Biafra, the original Constitution. So when we are talking about issue of Biafra, when you see certain things that the government is doing today, you will understand that our government is not don't have time for joke or listening to people who doesn't know what they want. Why those group who are busy gossiping and saying things that are irrelevant? Why they are busy gossiping? Deputy Prime Minister is busy extending Biafra to the whole world, and the Biafrans are getting the message. What you are watching here now is another update that was posted by Deputy Prime Minister just 1 hour ago. It says, the United States of Biafra USB government is building one of the strongest and highly disciplined military in the world. USB was declared as a sovereign nation on November 29, 2024 in Lahti, Finland. This array of armies will defend the 40 states of Biafra from the reintegrated terrorists occupying our new nation. The Biafran people are very happy. That is it. This very video you are watching here now is our Biafran Liberation Army is what you are seeing here. Very, very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. You can see them ever ready to protect and defend our land. They are very gallant and very disciplined. Their duty is to protect and defend Biafran territory. That is their utmost duty, to defend, protect, and secure our territory. Remember, that is the primary objectives of the Biafran government. So, what you are watching here is the Liberation Army of Biafra. You know, some of them, sometimes they push propaganda against our people. They begin to tell lies. They want to demoralize us or demean us. They tell us they did that, they did that. Gone are the days when you see Biafrans doing things on a certain level. Remember the word of our Deputy Prime Minister that we do not have anything called vigilante. For those who will be operating as vigilante, going around causing confusions everywhere, we do not have any vigilante. What we have is Biafra Liberation Army, and they are good to go. Discipline is one of the things that has to be introduced in our army, and it is now, not tomorrow. And that is what the government is doing everything humanly possible to do. This time, we are not doing anything to prove anything to anybody. No display of arms to prove anybody anything or to cover any operation they go. No. No more video coverage of operations. No more display of arms. All they have to do is to do their job and do it very well. We are now a government, and we are going to block every loophole through which the enemies will bring their propaganda against the government. As you all know, we are seeking for recognition now. And today, Biafra is now where it's supposed to be. Biafra is now in a place where the international communities gather, in a place where decision makers gather, in a place where the real people gather to discuss about the issue of the world. That is where we have our mission today. The Biafran diplomatic mission, being in Washington, D.C., speaks volume. It's a very great achievement that was made within 6 months. Within 6 months. And I bet you in a very short while, you're going to begin to hear more informations that will blow your mind. And no matter how the enemies try to demoralize us, to make us look small, They will not succeed. No matter how they try, they will never succeed. We are creating a very disciplined army. And this disciplined army are going to defend Biafra land and protect Biafra land. Their objective is not to go after the innocent ones. Whether you are a visitor or you are a son of the land, and you are in Biafra land legally, they have no time for you. But if you are a terrorist in Biafra land, you are bearing arms in Biafra land, a terrorist bearing arms, whether in uniform or off uniform, they will come after you, and they will come after you heavily. There is no place to hide. What you are seeing here is the decentralized army of Biafra, and you have this in every state in Biafra land. Every state in Biafra land has this army. And I bet you our land will be defended by all means possible. Our land will be defended. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their propaganda and their black, no matter the attack they bring to us, we will never give up. But I want you to know that consistency bears a very good fruit. Wherever you are in Biafra land, continue to be consistent in what you are doing. Every contribution you are making into Biafra is not in vain. You are not contributing to the Commission Rebellion. You are not contributing to Mazen Nandekam. Neither are you contributing to Mazen Simon. Every contribution you're making is channeled to your own life, your future, your unborn generation. These people you are seeing here have given their own life to defend you. They have given their life to defend our land. And I want to ask you, how much can somebody offer you for your own life? How much will a person offer you for your life? How much does your life worth? Sincerely speaking, how much does your life worth? If there are people that have put their own life on the line to secure you, why won't you make a provision for them? The only thing that these people are asking are tools to do the job. The tools to do the job. That is what we have to provide for them. Why they put their life on the line. We just remembered our heroes on the 30th, but 2 days ago. We remembered our heroes a few days ago. And I bet you many have gone. Many have died. Many of our heroes have gone, both the old and new. Many that had a bright future. Many of our heroes that had a very good life, but they put everything on the line. One typical example is Ikonso. Ikonso was a Biafran who lived abroad, and he was doing very, very well. That was why Mazen Nandekano shed tears when we lost Ikonso. When we lost Ikonso, Mazen Nandekano shed tears on his life program. A very strong warrior, a man who left when he was living abroad to come down and fight for his nation. You know, some people, when they see us talk about issue of Biafra, some of them, they see us as people who don't have something doing. They think we don't have jobs. Some of them think that we are just noise makers. They call us jobless, they call us miscreants, they call us different kinds of names. But I want to tell you, don't be moved with the name they call you, because they are going to call you worse than what you're just hearing now. It's just like now that they are calling us terrorists. The Finland authority have joined Nigerian today to affirm terrorism against the Biafrans. A civilized country like Finland in Europe, an European country, a country that is part of the EU, a country that is part of NATO, today is joining another country that supports terrorism, that is known for terrorism, to brand Biafrans terrorists. We are not terrorists. All we are trying to do is to defend our land. The atrocities of Nigerian government is huge and cannot be. It is not hidden. And you know, when we talk about these atrocities, some people think it is not just about Biafrans. It's not just about us. Every indigenous person in that country, Nigeria, has become an endangered person. They are all endangered persons. Every indigenous person is an endangered person. The only difference is that some of them don't have voice that we have. They don't have a voice. But the Biafrans have a voice. And we will continue to speak. We will not be silent. And our speech is saving a lot of life. The actions of Biafrans is saving life. It is because of the actions of Biafra that the terrorists are scared to take action and capture southern Nigeria completely. They are scared. But unfortunately, the people that are helping them to clear the way for them to come in is the terrorists in uniform that claim to be a Nigerian army. They claim to be a Nigerian army. But all they do is to come and clear ground for the terrorists to operate. And when we say this thing, some of you think we are just saying, I am not just saying it. People who are in Biafra land, who are in Nigeria themselves, even one Nigerianist in their national TV have said it, that Nigerian army is colluding with the terrorists. Sometimes, you know what they do? They will come in and take away the arms that the communities are using to protect themselves. They will come in, they take away these arms from their hand, and then create opportunity for the terrorists to come in and attack. In fact, at a point in time, it becomes evidence that anytime the police or the army come out in a village to disturb their security guard or take away arms from them, just watch out. After doing that operation, within the next 2 days, the terrorists will strike. And when they strike, there will be no police, no army to rescue the citizens. If you think I'm making this story up, I'm going to bring a video now. Maybe when you listen from this video, you will now understand better. So I'm going to try to bring a video where someone in Nigeria was making a case. Where someone in Nigeria was making a case about these terrorists on national TV. I want you to hear him very well. Because if it were to be a Biafran, they will say, oh, these Biafran people, they are talking. But the video I'm about to play now is made by somebody from Oduduwa land. And I want you to pay attention to what he has to say. Somebody from Oduduwa land. I want you to pay attention to what this guy has to say.
Would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. Yeah. They would disarm the local population.
Oh, not true.
In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local populace, even take their dang guns. They know that the Fulanis are not coming behind. That is the level of complicity that you have.
Well, then I've been vindicated.
It's not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Laumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks, you don't have spies, you don't see them in daytime. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel, at the TV station of channels, and he said it on national TV that there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet, and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016 and nothing had happened. And we are still talking about a suspicion. It's no longer suspicion. Kawu Baraje came out in 2022, I think. It was his 70th birthday. And he came out and he told everybody who cared to listen that they were the ones who imported Fulani terrorists into Nigeria in the lead up to the 2015 election. And that they harmed these persons that they had brought into Nigeria from 5 different Sahelian countries. He said so. He's on record. Look, my friend, Dr. Stanley Kavman, is the National Public Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. He was, I think, on Arise the other day, where he said categorically, and he wasn't the first to say it, that there is a base, a militant base, terrorist base in the tri-state area, Nasarawa, Benue, and Plateau. That base is known to each and every one of our security services. That base is sometimes reinforced and resupplied by helicopters
in this country.
And nothing has ever happened.
I don't know why.
So we're no longer. Don't let's be talking about. It's no longer about suspicion. It's not a theory.
It's not
the fact. We should be able to call it what it is. The fact is that the Nigerian state has turned against its own citizen and is facilitating.
Did you hear that? I hope you heard it. I hope you heard it. What he said. The message is clear. You know, when we come and preach this same message on platform, they will say, oh, you are making it up. Why are you putting these things we are saying and repeating again and again and again? It's nothing but the truth. I don't come here for propaganda on blackmail. There are evidence pointing to it. The message of that Commodore Lawomi, I played it here, where he was making the confession on Channel TV. The man made confession on Channel TV. And after that confession, he disappeared from Nigeria. That man was a top security officer in Nigeria. The man said, I killed for Nigeria. That is what the man said the day he was interviewed. He said, on behalf of Nigeria, he takes life, that he has worked with so many presidents, including when the late Muhammad Buhari was brought in. He was there when they were making arrangements to make him a president. But when it became obvious that the terrorists have taken over the zoo, he has to come out and speak on the national TV. And in that speech, he said that he was one of those that interrogated the sponsors, the active sponsors of Boko Haram. The man said, I was one. He didn't say I had. He didn't say I was dreaming. He didn't say somebody told me. He said, I was one of those that interrogated those who were sponsoring Boko Haram terrorists. And we took the list and gave to the government. He said today that those people who they interrogated, who we are seen in partnership with terrorism in Nigeria, that today they are in presidency. They are in the presidency. You go to the National Assembly, you will see them. You go to the Governor's Lodge, you will see them. But after all these revelations, the Nigerian people will go back to their business and begin to do whatever they like. They don't care. Very, very unserious country. A terrorist country. Take for example, look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. You see what is happening in Burkina Faso. You see how Burkina Faso government intercept terrorists. Terrorists that were pushed by the Westerners into Burkina Faso to go and take over power. They came with convoy, passed through a dead route in the midnight, and the Burkina Faso army spotted them. And they captured and arrested all of them with the ammunitions. Burkina. How big is Burkina? How big is the Burkina army? And how rich is Burkina compared to the zoological republic called Nigeria? You know, when they come, they will tell you, oh, Nigeria is the most populated African country. Most populated African country that don't have enough security to guide themselves. They don't have enough boot on the ground to secure their land. They say Nigeria is the most populated African country. What do you gain from that? Most populated African countries that cannot cultivate enough food to feed their people. They say Nigeria, the most populated African country that cannot secure its borders. They have, with all the population, they have shortage of police, shortage of army, shortage of custom. Every offices, they have shortage of manpower. And yet, you go to the international news, they say the most African populated country, the most black African populated country. And some of them will shamefully come to their national platforms. Some of them will shamefully come to the international stage, and they will still repeat it, that we are the most black African populated country. And yet, you can't protect yourself, you can't feed yourself, you can't boast of anything. Initially, the propaganda they bring to them is they call them giant of Africa. And how are you giant of Africa? How dare you, a one Nigerian, stand before a man from Burkina Faso and claim giant? You must be ashamed of yourself. How can somebody from the contraption called Nigeria stand side by side with a man from Burkina Faso and say that he is a giant of Africa? You must be ashamed of yourself. Not even a South African. You can't stand side by side with a South African and you claim giant of Africa. What kind of giant are you? You can't stand side by side with somebody from Angola and claim to be giant. Giant of what? You can't. Giant that don't have light. Giant that doesn't have road. Giant that has petroleum and they don't have a refinery. The third or the fourth highest producer of petroleum, yet you don't have petrol. You don't have a refinery. Giant on what base? How can somebody shamelessly come out and begin to claim a giant? Based on what? You cannot stand side by side with somebody from Burkina Faso. As it stands today, you can't stand side by side with somebody from Niger Republic and you claim to be giant. You are nobody. As far as Niger is concerned, Nigeria is nobody. This was the same Niger that Nigeria was supplying electricity. Nigeria was supplying Niger electricity free of charge. And now we begin to understand the manipulation, because there's no way you can tell me that Niger cannot afford to have electricity. France, with the British, intentionally kept Niger into that poverty stage, kept them dependent on Nigeria to make them feel that they are poor. How can you be producing, is it uranium or whatever? How can you be producing uranium that gave light to France? How can you lift up France that has one of the best cities in the world? How can you be creating such, and yet in your own land you don't have light? They tell you don't have ability to have light. Meanwhile, what is giving France light is gotten from your own land. and they use Nigeria to make Nigeria feel that they are beggars. I have always said it. Every African that is serious, if you are an African and you want Africa to survive, you must continue to ask for the disintegration of Nigeria. If you genuinely want Africa to succeed, you must demand for the disintegration of Nigeria. And how do you do that? You do that by supporting Biafra. Whenever you are an African and you stand against Biafra, you are standing against yourself. Because in Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, Africa will rise again. Nigeria is a tool in the hand of the colonial masters. Nigeria is the key that they use to turn Africa off and on. Through their ECOWAS. Today, you see the first step of Burkina, Niger and Mali was to walk away from ECOWAS. And that marked the beginning of their success. Mali, Niger, and Burkina. The moment they walk away from where Nigeria leads, where Nigeria sits, their success began. The moment they walk away from one Nigeria, where Nigeria leads, their success began. Until Africa realized the key holding them down. Sorry, it will be difficult. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that finally the door is opening and many people are keying in. The door is opening and many people are keying in. I learned that Ghana is also moving out from the criminal organization called ECOWAS. I hope it is true. I heard allegedly that Ghana is heavily preparing to walk away from that colonial group called ECOWAS. And I pray that they will walk away and get their freedom. While sensible and responsible governments, people are walking away. What do you see in the zoo? The zoo called Nigeria is going to embrace somebody that people are running away from. France has become a curse to Africa. That is the people that Nigeria is going to embrace. Everybody knows that France is a curse to Africa. France is a curse to Africa, and every African countries are running away from France. At the time when every African countries are running away from, that is the time the Zoological Republic is embracing France. Their president is going to France every day for rest. Today, France is fighting to capture Nigeria, the zoo, the way they captured Cameroon. France has captured Cameroon, kept Cameroon in perpetual poverty, destruction, insecurity. These people with their bad record, that is the people that the Zoological Republic is embracing today. That is where the drug baron have his alliance. That is where the drug baron goes to rest. I bet you, wherever you are, every single information we are passing about the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is the truth and nothing but the truth. We are not here for propaganda. We are not here to lie against anybody, but we are here to tell you exactly how things are. We have come a long way and we have suffered a lot. And we cannot afford to allow anybody to continue to throw these atrocities to our face. They have done enough damages. And I bet you the time has come for us to rise. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I want you to know that consistency is the key. You must be consistent in whatever you are doing. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what they do. You must remain consistent. My fellow Biafrans, let us have a short break before we continue and proceed.
We have to go back to Civilian Hall and continue the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status.
Good day, Michael. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being say. And I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Simon Edward, to thank you for standing up for Biafra. Continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from finished business.
Finally, the zoo is falling. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nido! It's on. We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand.
Thank you so much for being there with me on this very program up to this moment. I also appreciate everyone that has participated on the Sit at Home. Wherever you are in Biafra land and you're participating, please remain consistent. We have achieved a lot through that very Sit at Home, and more will be achieved. Do not be shaken whatever you are seeing. Our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, will definitely be vindicated very soon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court is going to be coming up again very soon. And Mazi Simon Ekpa, we are still waiting for a date that they're going to fix, and we continue to follow events that is unfold. But in every of this persecution that we see, do not be afraid. Do not shake. Those who are trying to blackmail us and brand us terrorists, they have already failed. Whatever the name they call you, don't get distracted with such names. They can call you anything they want to call you. Don't ever expect that the enemy is going to give you a good name. They will not. The enemies will never give you a good name. They will always try to call you whatever they want to make you feel demoralized. But I bet you, If you remain consistent and continue to hold on to that very battle, at the end, it will end in praises. Everything is going to end in praise. So do not allow anyone to distract you. Do not allow anyone to deceive you. Distractions is going to come. Deception will increase. Whatever they do, don't pay attention. Continue to focus on the pursuit of your freedom. Self-determination is not a crime. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even in their court, he is telling them, it is my right to fight for Biafra. It is my right. Likewise, you that is watching, it is your right to fight for Biafra. It is your right. We are not forcing anybody. We are not forcing anybody. If you decide to be a slave, it is completely your own desire, and nobody's going to force you against that. Sometimes they come to their conventional media, they begin to push the narrative that we are forcing people. You can't force people into freedom. You don't. You can take the horse to the water, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. We are not forcing anybody to join the Biafra movement. The only thing we do here is to preach the message, the truthful message. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that brought all of us together. Mazi Nnamdi came and continued to preach the same message, taught us the true meaning of self-defense. You know, initially they made us believe that defending ourselves is a crime. Just like that man explained, what else can you do in a country where the government will remove arms from the hands of the citizens just to create space for the terrorist attack? What will you do? If you find yourself in a country where the government will disarm their citizens to allow the terrorists to operate, what will you do? Anyone that is hearing us from anywhere you're hearing, from any part of the world, you are hearing this very message. From any part of the world, whether Africa, Europe, America, wherever you are, and you're hearing about us, I ask you, if you wake up and you found out that your government comes to disarm the citizens in order to create space for the terrorists to attack, what will you do? What will you do? This is what is going on in Nigeria. It is happening again and again and again, and nobody can. And it's not as if when we say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people are talking, only Igbo people are talking. I want you to hear it once again from somebody from Oduduwa land, a popular lawyer that all of you know in Oduduwa land, said it on their national TV. It wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not Mazi Simon Ekpa. In such a situation, what will you do? And I want you to hear from this guy again.
Terrorists would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population.
Fair. Did you hear that? Before the terrorists will come, the Nigerian military will come and disarm the locals first. I didn't say it. That is why I want you to. It's not just me saying it, not just the Biafran people saying it. The person that said it is not a Biafran. In such situation, what will you do? You that is watching us, what will you do?
The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first.
Yeah. Did you hear that? What will you do in such situation? That the government will create space for terrorists. What will you do? Those of you that are asking Biafrans to fold their hands and not do anything, you say, oh, why are these people making problem? Why do they want to leave Nigeria? Why are they talking about going their own separate ways? I ask you, give me an answer to this very question. If you are watching us from any part of the world, write on the comment section or reach out to us, tell us, whether you're watching on TikTok or anywhere, if you happen to find out that your government disarmed the citizens to allow the terrorist attack, what will you do? Will you fold your hands and watch your head chopped off, or will you defend yourself?
Before the terrorists would come, the Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. Yeah. They would disarm the local population.
Oh, not true.
In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local population, even take their dang guns, they know that the Fulanis are not coming behind.
Did you hear that? So when we say that these people that are in uniform in our land are terrorists, it is not a joke. This man is telling you what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria, where the Christians are domiciled, more especially. This is exactly what they do in Biafra. They will come in uniform to terrorize people. Because in the case of Biafra land today, they know that we are not sleeping. Mazen Nandekano laid a foundation when he created the ESN to defend the people. Mazen Simon Ekpa cemented it by transforming it to a liberation army. And they know that they are ready. They are ready. And they are well equipped to confront these terrorists. What do? The army will first of all come in to create a distraction. When you see them, they say they are going after ESN camp. These are people that are legitimately asking for self-determination. And we today have been able to go to the extent of really declaring Biafra a sovereign state of Biafra. Today we have the right to operate an army. It is illegal. According to international law, government in exile has the right to operate an army. Go and check it up yourself. Go and look it up. You don't just come and listen to hear and argue. Go and check it up. Ask Google, does the government in exile have the right to get an army? The government in exile have the right to have an army. They must have their own army, have their territory to protect. And that is what Manchester Manaka did. Created the government in exile, have our own army to defend. And the Nigerian terrorist army knows very well. They know that we have limits to what we can do. In as much as we have a territory, we have limitations. What do? They come and create a distraction to create room for these people to attack. If not for the presence of the Liberation Army, they would have overrun Biafra land by now. But the major headache they have is the Liberation Army. And it has not been easy for them to penetrate. If you are in such situation, what will you do? I'm asking you that is watching me.
That is the level of complicity that you have.
Well, then I've been vindicated.
It is not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Lawumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks. You don't have spies. You don't see them in daytime. At all. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel, at the TV station of channels, and he said it on national TV that there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet, and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016 and nothing had happened. And we are still talking about a suspicion. It's no longer a suspicion. Kawu Baraje came out in 2022, I think. It was his 70th birthday. And he came out and he told everybody who cared to listen that they were the ones who imported Fulani terrorists into Nigeria in the lead up to the 2015 election. And that they harmed these persons that they had brought into Nigeria from 5 different Sahelian countries. He said so. He's on record. Look, my friend, Dr. Stanley Kavman, is the National Public Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. He was, I think, on Arise the other day, where he said categorically, and he wasn't the first to say it, that there is a base, a militant base, terrorist base in the tri-state area, Nasarawa, Benue, and Plateau. That base is known to each and every one of our security services. That base is sometimes reinforced and resupplied by helicopters.
In this country?
In this country. And
are you hearing that? That the terrorists have a base in Nigeria, and the base is known. It's not as if it's not known. You see him mention the location where the base is. These are information that are in the public. The terrorists in Nigeria have a base. He mentioned the location where the base is situated. He mentioned where they are. And what does the government do? Nothing. Compare it with the places where you have government, like in Burkina, where they intercepted trucks that were bringing terrorists into their own country with ammunition. They intercepted and captured every single one of them, arrested. And yet, the one Nigerian terrorist government that are claiming to be the almighty Nigeria cannot be able to monitor their territory. They cannot be able to, even when they have first-hand information, they do nothing about it. They do nothing about it. And they still want me to be part of you, God forbid. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that the redeclaration of Biafra has been done, and we are now a sovereign state, seeking for recognition and pursuing a restoration on the ground. The name you give to us, whatever you call us, doesn't really make a sense. It doesn't call. It doesn't matter. If you like, bribe Finland, let you and Finland continue to. It won't stop us. Even if the whole European Union join you to call us terrorists, it won't stop us. It won't stop us. We know there are still men of conscience, and we are going to fight.
Nothing has ever happened.
I don't know why.
So we're no longer. Don't let's be talking about. It's no longer about suspicion. It's not a theory.
It's not
the fact. We should be able to call it what it is. The fact is that the Nigerian state has turned against its own citizen and is facilitating.
Did you hear that? You know, when I say it, that every person in Nigeria have become an endangered person, it will be as if I'm making it up. You hear somebody said it. Dele Faro to me is saying it. Dele Faro to me is a very strong lawyer. I might not agree with everything he says sometimes. Sometimes he gets out of head because he's one of the one Nigerianists. He should be, he should, with knowing all this information, he should be pushing for Dudua. That is my problem with this kind of people. Dele Faro to me that is speaking with all his wisdom and knowledge, he will still be pushing for one Nigeria, even though he knows that it is impossible. Look at him mention all the things he mentioned. He knows that the only solution is disintegration. There is nothing else to discuss. There is nothing. But he will never go for that. Look at what he's saying on the national TV. But when I say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people. Yeah, when we say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people, they are troublemakers. But when he choke them, they begin to confess. And when they confess, we bring it to the world to see. We bring it to the world to see. Because we are not the troublemakers. Nigeria is very good in going against the victim. Nigeria is very good in supporting the oppressor, including their citizens. They are very good in supporting the oppressor. Always supporting the oppressor. That is what Nigeria is very good at. And until they walk away from that attitude, it will be worse for them. As for us, Biafrans, we are gone and gone for good. We are not waiting for anybody. We have gone. We are now a sovereign state. Whatever nonsense they are doing there is none of our business. What is our concern today is getting recognition from other countries of the world, representing ourselves and building our nation and making it what it should be. That is our concern today. As for the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, we are not part of it and we would never be part of it anymore. This being said, I want also for us to revisit the message of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oronigwe, on what she said.
In the Biafra territory, Nigeria is the terrorist, not we, not Biafra. So Finland, you need to get that clear first. You need to know who is committing the act of terrorism. As of today, the Nigerian state, headed by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, continues to unleash act of terrorism against innocent Biafrans. They killed 4 innocent
children today in Biafra land, Finland, that is terrorism. Right there. That is terrorism. If you do not know what terrorism means, Nigeria is a terrorist state. So when Finland neglects the terrorist state of Nigeria and labels innocent Biafrans a terrorist group, who told Finland that indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, who told Finland that we are terrorists? Who gave that labeling? Because they said it. So is it Nigerian terrorist states, Tinubu, Christopher Musa, Bianca Ojukwu that reported, Tinubu that reported to you, Finland, that we, IPOB, that we are terrorists? Then you believe them, right? You believed the lies perpetuated by the Nigerian state because you want to enjoy economic gain from Nigeria. You want to milk that oil that comes from Biafra land. And based on that, you've joined the terrorist state of Defense Chief Christopher Musa of Nigeria to label Biafrans as terrorists, right? We are waiting for the indictments that you, Finland, is going to come up with. Biafra, we are a sovereign nation, and we are waiting for that. We are waiting to see how this game will end between Finland, Nigeria, and the United States of Biafra. According to the Finland Criminal Police Bureau Department, they went on this nationwide investigation, both in Nigeria and everywhere. I don't even know, everywhere, possibly America. I believe they told the American government that I am a terrorist, and they needed that investigation. But guess what? America told Finland to go to hell.
Yes.
America told Finland to go to hell. You have no clue what you are talking about. How can you leave the Nigerian terrorist state? President Tinubu, that is the real terrorist, and you are trying to label people like us as terrorists. They tried, I'm telling you, Finland approached America, but they failed woefully. Woefully, because America is a country that is built on the rights of the citizens. They know what being independent means. They know what self-determination means. They know what self-defense means. So when Finland came with that globalist agenda, they are operating in Europe with Netherlands, with Norway. America told them to go to hell. That is why they could not proceed with their lies, with their fake investigation in America. But did they try? Yes, they did. Did they inform American FBI? Yes, they did. I know they did.
You have heard it. That is the situation. And I bet you, just as our Deputy Prime Minister have said, you must not give up. We will continue to hit them hard. They can continue to parade any name they like, call us whatever they want to call us. That will not deter us from fighting for our freedom. We will continue to fight the battle, and we will continue to speak louder than ever. We will continue to make our voice heard, more especially now that we are present in Washington, D.C. Now that we are present in Washington, D.C., it is a different ballgame. It is no longer business as usual. We will continue to make our case and our voice heard across the world. 30th May was the beginning of a new phase, a new era. 30th May was the beginning of a new era. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is already on the front line, pushing. Mazen Simon Ekpa on international stage, pushing. And Washington, D.C. is where the DPM have finally gone, making a case for Biafra in the front line. So wherever you are, as a Biafran, don't get distracted. It does not matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what you see. Do not allow yourself to get distracted. Don't get distracted. You must remain focused. Pay attention on what is happening. Pay attention on the voice of Biafra. Continue to support the United States of Biafra for us to have a future ahead. The hope of Biafra lies in you. Your freedom lies in your hand. You cannot beg anybody for freedom. Nobody can dash you freedom. You have to go for it. Fight for it and take it. Those who are Christians, remember that the Bible said that the kingdom of God suffered violence, and only the violent takes it by force. Also, you must remember there is time for everything under the earth. There's a time for everything. A time for peace. A time for war. A time to rest. A time to walk. You must know the time that we are in and follow that timing. If you pursue that timing and follow it diligently, I bet you at the end of the day, you will have every cause to glorify Chukwu Okike. Yes, you did what you had to do. So wherever you are watching this program from, I appreciate every one of you that participated. The journey has not ended. As I said before, a new phase is being opened. As you see the Washington, D.C. office opened, a new phase is being opened. In that new phase today, diplomatic heat will continue. Recognitions will begin to flow in. Wherever we have a diplomatic house, it is official, registered, right from the time of when we were with the brigade. When we were brigade, every place we had mission, it was registered. When we were brigade. And today, the same thing, as we have had our offices everywhere, is happening in Washington, D.C. It is no longer business as usual. Today, discussions will be made. Governments of the world know whom to call. They know where to address their letters. They know that our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, his right has been abused by Finland. And the Finnish authority will not go free for the atrocity they are committing against the Biafran people. We will never forget. Just like we will never forget what the British has done against us, we will never forget what Nigeria and their allies did against us and our children. In that same way, we will not forget what they have done to our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, at a time when he needed them most. At a time when our Prime Minister needed them most, they disappointed him. They sold him out for their own economic gain. And they thought that by selling him, they are going to stop us. Selling our Prime Minister will not stop us. Instead, it makes us get stronger. Using our Prime Minister to bargain for your economic interests only reveal more the atrocities of the West in Africa. The same thing that happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The British gave up Mazen Nnamdi Kanu even though he was their citizen. Today, Mazen Simon Ekpa has also been given up to Finland. Now you understand why people say that our freedom is in our hand. You must not wait for anybody to hand you freedom in the platter of gold. Not the West, not any country in the West, not the United Nations or the UN. You need to fight it out. And you remember what they told me? They told Mazin Nandekano that he should go ahead and fight. What is he waiting for? That was what they told Mazin Nandekano. They told him, when Mazin Nandekano went to the United Nations to repeal, they said, why? Why did you stop? You fought, but why did you stop? That was when Mazin Nandekano took a step backward and changed the direction, the mood on what to do. The United Nations will never come until we fight for ourselves. The EU, they will never come until you fight for yourself. They will only come when something is happening. As I am with police, police are without something happening. Something must be happening before AK will arrive. So if you want AK to be involved in an issue, something must happen. The United Nations is just like AK. It's just like the police, as they claim to be. So before they appear, something must be going on. And how are we going to create something to go on? It is taking responsibility and start doing something now. And I tell you, 30th marks the beginning. On that 30th, you see the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, in court on international ground facing Mazin Nandekano in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, dealing with them. And Dr. Ngozi Orebweze in Washington, D.C., focusing. The triple stand is complete and standing. And I bet you it will end in glory. It will end in praise. No matter how they try to distract us, no matter their propaganda and blackmail, we will never do that. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, wherever you are watching from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama to remain strong. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Don't allow anybody. Keep your head up at all times. It doesn't matter what they call you. Keep your head up. We are what we are. Whatever they call us doesn't matter. What matters is what Chukwu Abiyama says about us. What ordinary people say about us doesn't matter. What matters to us is what Chukwu Abiyama thinks or says about us. As long as we are carrying on this project of Chukwu Abiyama, there is no need to fear. There is no need to shiver. Be focused and continue to move on. Do not pay attention to propagandas and blackmail. And I have said this several times. If you are genuinely a Biafran, the only place you will get your information is from the United States of Biafra platforms. We have our media networks. We have our platforms. Dr. Ngozi Orebweze's X handle, the United States of Biafra X handle, and the handle of our media. These are places you get information. Anything that you didn't see there doesn't exist. Don't trouble yourself about it. I have said it several times, but people don't seem to pay attention. Sometimes you go and you begin to listen to your enemy. How can you be getting news from your enemy to spread? How can you? How can you do that? We must not allow our enemies to come and take charge of us. Don't focus on the propaganda of the enemies. Listen to the Biafran government and follow instructions. Whenever there is a confusion, in our programs here, we put link. You come out and ask your question. There are members of the cabinet that are watching us. If you have a confusion, you bring it forward and ask. We will give you answers. If I cannot be able to give you a satisfying answers, others are going to come out and give you a satisfying answers. Don't pay attention to any distraction. We are going to win this battle. As for Finland, they have only destroyed themselves, and they are going to pay dearly for what they have just done. They are going to pay dearly for what they have done. They have destroyed their human rights stand, and it can never be the same again. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, those who have participated on today's Sit at Home, I thank you so much for being part of it. Whatever you have lost today, you are going to gain it in 1,000-fold. Continue to be consistent. There is no sacrifice for Biafra that is in vain. Those who are contributing, continue to contribute. Those who are praying for Biafra, continue to pray. Those who are sharing informations and evangelizing, continue to evangelize. If you are financially strong, please don't hesitate to go to the link of Biafra and make a contribution. This week, there is going to be fundraising. So prepare yourself. Don't wait until then. Prepare yourself and make your contribution towards Biafra. We must continue and we will never give up. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect everyone that has participated on this program today. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. Everyone that have been part of this program, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide you, protect you, and secure you. I pray for our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect her, secure her. Give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No weapon formed or fashioned against her shall prosper. I pray for divine security for her. I pray for wisdom for her. I pray for sanity for her. I pray for our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. I pray for healing. I pray for strength. I pray for wisdom. I pray for understanding. I pray for revelation. Wherever he is, he will join us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. I pray for our Supreme Damazin Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Biafran people. Wherever he is, I pray for more wisdom. I pray for knowledge. Pray for understanding. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to guide him, protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to push on until we get our destination. Every secret plan against him will never succeed. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of us that have been part of this program. Thank you for being there, and I will see you again tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed.
Yeah, my dear, my home the beat.
I see Mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Pekin don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. We self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg, my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joints with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join, our children go so.
Ebe ka anyị na-eche Biafra. I am a rapper. Biafra. I am a rapper. Biafra. Biafra. Ebe kanyi neje. Biafra. So we have to go back to Sedina Hall and continue the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status.
Good day, Michael. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being say. And I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, so thank you for standing with Biafra. Continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from Venice prison.
Finally, the Zeus falling. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nebo! Is on. We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enu na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelema